In this episode, I'm joined by Gordon Firemark, the podcast lawyer, who talks about his presentation on why you need a prenup for your podcast and why getting your legal affairs in order is critical. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I'm thrilled to be back for another episode of featuring PodfestExpo 2023 speakers. And today we have lawyer to the podcasting stars, Gordon Firemark. And I say that because he's my lawyer. So there. Gordon, first of all, it's so great to see you again. And thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me today.
Oh, hey, Tom. It's great to be here. I'm always glad to talk to folks about podcasting and law and the business stuff. So great to be here.
Could you just maybe go run with that and tell us your role in podcasting?
I am the podcast lawyer. I'm an entertainment and media lawyer, and I've worked with creators in lots of different media, film, television, theater, music. But podcasting and digital media are really my favorite thing right now. And when I launched my podcast, Entertainment Law Update, about 14 years ago now, I went looking for the legal resources and the information to protect myself and my show. And I realized there weren't any resources. So I set about to create them. And I wrote the first definitive ebook guide, the podcast blog and new media producers legal survival guide. And I've been a speaker, of course, and I created a set of legal templates and tools and an online course that teaches podcasters all about how to use these things and to get their legal and business affairs for their shows handled without hiring expensive lawyers. And so I view it as my mission to educate, inform, and inspire the community to be a little more business-like about things.
You certainly do that. Could I ask you the subject matter of your talk at PodfestExpo 2023 and maybe a teaser or two?
Yeah, the title of the show is A Prenup for Your Podcast. Yes, you do need one. And I'll be talking about a couple of the big mistakes that podcasters often make when starting out that winds up having big consequences and leading to what I call pod divorces among co-hosts and co-producers. And I'll be sharing ideas about what goes into a podcast prenup and how to get one put together easily and affordably so you can worry about more important stuff like making great content and growing your audience and, with a little luck, making a little profit from your podcast.
Gordon, I'm always intrigued to ask the following question to really a seasoned podcast professional like yourself. I think I met you in 2015 at a podcast conference, but it's been quite some time. But you've been around a while. You've been podcasting a while. You've been a legal guide to podcasters. What do you hope to get out of PodfestExpo 2023 as such a seasoned podcast?
My big goal in life really is to educate, inform, and inspire. And my goal really is to help 100,000 podcasters. And speaking at conferences is one of the ways that I aim to do that. I also like just meeting new people and reconnecting with friends and colleagues like yourself and having a good time. And Podfest is one of the most congenial, one of the most fun conferences I've ever attended. I've been attending it for the last 5 or 6 years now, and I plan to make the most of it, and more than 5 or 6 now, actually. And of course, getting away from the everyday grind and visiting Orlando are all big pluses. But really, it's just about connecting with people and having a good time learning a little bit of something and sharing my knowledge and information.
Gordon, you're the first person I've interviewed who talked about a key part of PodfestExpo, which is having fun.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely spot on because of the atmosphere Chris and his team create. It is really just fun.
It's not just Chris and his team, although they're great. They do create a great atmosphere, but podcasters in general, what a group of people we're all making podcasts. We're all aiming for audience, but there's no sense of, there's a little friendly competition kind of vibe, but there's no sense of trying to stomp or squash your competition in a particular niche or anything like that. Everybody's there to help. Everybody's there to learn. Everybody's there to share. And yeah, have a good time. So the parties are fun. Just mingling in the hallways is fun. And if you follow the advice of never dine alone, you will meet new people and have a great time.
Gordon, unfortunately, we're near the end of our time for this episode. But before we leave, if our listeners wanted any more information on yourself, your legal practice, or any of the topics we've touched on today, where would be the best place for them to go?
My website, gordonfiremark.com, has links to all of my different things. You can also find me on YouTube and most of the social media channels out there, just G Firemark. And get in touch. I'd love to chat with you.
Gordon, I'm greatly looking forward to your talk this year and greatly looking forward to catching up with you in a couple of weeks. Thanks so much for taking the time to visit with me.
Thanks, Tom. See you then.
This is Tom Fox again. I hope you will plan to join me at PodfestExpo from January 26 to 29 in Orlando, Florida. If you'd like a discount ticket to the event, please email me or check out the website. They're available. I look forward to visiting with you at Podfest Expo.